Year 10. Now then, just because school's finished doesn't mean that you shouldn't be getting stuck into some sports science work. Now, before we broke up, we started looking at sports nutrition, and you looked at what a nutrient was and what made up a balanced diet. Now, the work I'm going to set you to do will last you quite a while actually, but it is work that will be really useful, and we'll use it when you're back in school to start writing an assignment. So, what we're going to start doing now is looking at the nutrients in a bit more detail. And what I've asked you to do is focus on 3 nutrients to start off with. So that's to focus on carbohydrates, fats and protein. And for each of those nutrients, I want you to do 3 things. I need you to tell me what its job is, or the role of that nutrient, what food you get it from, and then explain in detail some sporting examples of how an athlete would use that nutrient in their performance. So for example, what you do is you might take carbohydrates and you say what the role of carbohydrates is. Now we know that carbohydrates is to give us energy, but that's not in enough detail. So what you'd need to do is break that down into slow release carbohydrates and fast release carbohydrates, and you'll be able to do that through some of the research that you'll do. So that's the first thing. Tell me what the role of carbohydrates is. And then what you tell me is where you get carbohydrates from. So for example, you might say sugars, chocolate, sweets give you fast release carbohydrates, and more starchy foods such as wholemeal pasta, potatoes, that is slow releasing carbohydrates. And again, you'll find that out really easily just by googling it. And lastly, what you need to do is give me some sporting examples. And this is where I want you to write in depth and demonstrate your understanding of how that carbohydrate or how that nutrient is used by an athlete. So if you're looking at carbohydrates, you might look at marathon running, and you'd say that a marathon runner predominantly needs slow release carbohydrates, and that would be really accurate. But tell me how it's used, what they would eat, how much they would eat, would they eat carbohydrates before? And you might want to investigate something called carbo loading. So I'll give you a chance to write that down, carbo loading. But you might also argue that marathon runners need fast release carbohydrates as well, in the use of energy gels throughout the whole marathon race. So this is the sort of depth that I need you to go into. I'll be posting some more work about some other nutrients once you've had a chance to do this one. Good luck. If you've got any questions, just email me. Research-based projects, it can be done on either PowerPoint or Word, or if you've not got access to a laptop, feel free to do it on paper. You could do it with things like a poster, or you could do it just written out. But keep it safe, because you'll be needing it next year. Right, good luck guys. Alright, chin up, keep working hard.